Hey everyone, I'm here with Jane Cion today, and she's a pianist and piano teacher. And I'm going to introduce her with a little bio. Um, she's done a lot of stuff, so it's a lengthy bio. And then we'll jump into a few questions about piano instruction and stuff like that. So, okay, Jane Cion is an internationally acclaimed jazz pianist known for winning the first place in the Great American Jazz Piano Competition, and her trio's performances in Japan and on NPR's Piano Jazz with Marion McPartland. Her original compositions have been featured in Warner Brothers, The Mule, Marvel's Thor, The Dark World, and she has shared the stage with jazz legends like Clark Cherry, yay, Anita O'Day, and another trumpet player, Michael Brecker. No, Randy Brecker's trumpet, Michael Brecker saxophone. And Sarah holds distinction in composition and performance from the New England Conservatory and has authored a book on modern jazz piano. Okay. Hey, Sarah, glad to meet you. And
Hello,
on our
Andy.
first ever program on making music fun with somebody that is somebody. Well, everybody's somebody. Anyway, so let's jump in. So she is here to chat with us about learning how to play the piano, but she's also here to share a little bit about a book series that she has going. So I just want to pull that up, do a little screen share, and show you what she's been working on. Here's Sarah's book, the All-in-One Piano Book. Do you want to say a couple words about it, and then we'll jump into the interview?
Absolutely. I'm so excited about this because it's going to have reading, writing, rhythm, and rhyme, and it's going to make playing in the right rhythm super fun and super easy. And we'll teach notes from A to Z, and it goes everywhere from middle C to relative minors and key
Oh,
signatures.
no. Here's the first question. We've got 5. We're going to blast through. And then if you have any questions, make sure just to chat it up in the description or the chat or the comments below. So here's your first question, Sarah. What are the common challenges beginning piano students face when learning to read music, and how do you help them overcome them?
That is such a great question, Andy. So, one of the biggest challenges that I think that my kids, well, maybe all kids, face when they try to learn to read music is they want to memorize the piece. They want to look at the notes on the piano, but they don't want to actually read the notes up there, right? We want to get them to read the notes up there. So, what I do is I put lots of cute things up there. Like I one note at a time, cute stickers, cute names, like curious cat, visual cues, and we start really simple because it's easy for them to get overwhelmed and they just want to look down. So I try to make it fun for them to actually read the music. Large notes, really fun visuals, that kind of stuff.
Awesome. That sounds great. Okay. Next question. How do you introduce kids to music notation?
Oh, I love this. Okay, because I am actually a composer myself, I find that it is so important to get the kids to learn to write the notes and the rest right from the beginning because it's super fun for them. I actually have a whiteboard in my teaching room. Not that I would expect everyone to get a whiteboard, but that's what I did in the book. After every note that I introduce, I have a page where they can draw their middle C and they can draw their quarter rest. So I get them to do it right away so that they know how to do a key signature, they know how to do a note, and everything is like just 2 measures to a line so they can do lots and lots of them. And I also tell them it's optional. I say, okay, you can learn to play this and then you can learn to write it. It's optional. Do you want to do it? Yes or no? And then I give them a choice. So it's not like you must do it. Some kids love to write the notes and some kids aren't so interested. So you really have to go with whatever the kid is more interested in doing. And what if they don't want to do it? Next page, go on to Dashing Dog.
All right.
Oh, I
Okay.
just want to tell you one other thing.
Sure. Go
Some
for
of
it.
my kids were so excited about writing music, Andy, that it's called a low content book. But one of the books in the series is literally just blank music paper for them, so that they can write to their heart's desire.
Awesome. Okay, question number 3. How do you encourage improvisation to allowing kids to express their creativity? So they're just not about learning rhythms and learning note names and stuff like that and the staff and all that stuff. Creativity, that's what we're looking at.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so as a jazz pianist, of course, I encourage creativity, and I'm sure, many people feel the same way that I do. But for me, I create arrangements, like simple arrangements of many songs. And I am really into if the kid wants to change a note or make it different. I am so enthusiastic about it. Like, great, do it. That note is fabulous. And then I'll change it on the paper. I'm like, let's do your note. And so if they get excited because then the little arrangement that they're doing becomes fluid and they put their little 2 cents in and it gives them even more incentive to do it and they get excited and then they want to look up at the music even more because they decided to put their little different note in whatever they want to do, whatever arrangement we're working on. If they play something different, I'll be, oh, do you like that better? Let's do it. And then with me, I mean, it's easy for me to do it at home because what I'll do is I'll say, I'm going to go change it on my computer and then reprint it for you and bring it in the next lesson. And they love it because then they just feel so part of everything. I had one kid actually write her own recital piece because we were working on sharps and flats and it ended up sounding like a little scary piece, and she titled it Pumpkin Pumpkin Halloween, and that's going to be her recital piece even if it's in May. It doesn't matter. I said, who cares, we could do it in May. You just have to be, I'm just super flexible and fun with them, and they love it because it's like anything goes kind of thing.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It even if it's just one single note, their idea is validated and they're encouraged to do something else. All right,
Yeah.
here we go. Question number 4. What are some fun ways that you like to use to help your kids remember note names?
Okay. Well, everybody knows that the spaces spell face, and everybody knows that the lines in the treble clef spell every good boy does fine. But I encourage them to make up their own mnemonics. Like, I've heard different ones throughout the years, like every good boy deserves fudge, or every good bird does fly. And I ask them, let's make your own mnemonic so that you can remember what the lines stand for. And the spaces, you can't really deal with those, but I kind of like actually want them to come up with their own little thing. And I say, which one do you like best? And then every time we look at the treble staff, I have them repeat, what do the lines spell? What do the spaces spell? So look, we're not reinventing the wheel here, but you got to start somewhere with the little ones and you want to make it fun. And you want them to feel like they are putting their 2 cents in so that they feel part of the whole thing.
Yeah, it certainly does validate their ideas again, just the same as the other idea. All right, here's question number 5. Last one. How do you help kids keep their eyes on the music rather than looking at their hands while they play?
Well, okay, so this is super silly, Andy. Okay, I have this tiny little stuffed animal and I put it on their hands. And so I'm like, okay, so you look at the music and try to keep the little animals on your hands while you play. And I have them so that they can really look up at the music. I mean, it's just one little silly idea I do because kids love stuffed animals. So I also like to keep it super simple, like introduce one note at a time and I have the words there. And like, for example, if I'm teaching D and then I come to a C, I'll say, okay, curious cat. And so I don't know, I just like to give little names to the notes. And I want them to say the names of the notes when they get like an elephant, when they see the E, or, it's just cats, dogs, and elephants are kind of the very basics of when I start teaching music. So I always want them to look up and tell me if they see a cat or a dog or an elephant. I know it's silly, but I'm teaching mainly 5 to 10-year-olds. So
Yeah.
they progress pretty quickly, but that's the beginning of it.
All right. Hey, well, I hope you guys out there that are watching the video today got a few things that you can use in your own piano lessons. And so let's jump over to take a look at Sarah's book. and she'll have a chance to show you a couple pages, see where the value is. Maybe there's value there for you that you haven't found in another method. Okay, here we are on the first page, and you're laying out a couple things that are going to be in the books, So basic building blocks, beginner basics, building blocks, reading, writing, rhythm, rhyme. Tell me about those things.
So every single note in the book has a word that is infused with love and kindness. So it also teaches rhythm and how to be a good person in the world. So it's supposed to be really fun and engaging and just make everyone feel good.
Discovering the treble clef.
Here are a couple mnemonics to help the kids learn what the lines stand for, what each note stands for. And there's a few that everyone's heard throughout the years. Every good boy deserves fudge. Every good burger deserves fries. And I like the kids to kind of choose the one that they like best. And then we kind of repeat it every lesson to make sure that they remember.
Moving on to page number 3, Fantastic F.
Okay, so every page is building upon a new concept. So before I got to Fantastic F, there was Curious Cat, Dashing Dog, Elephant E. And before we got to Fantastic F, we learned how to do eighth notes. So then what I try to do is before we even play the Fantastic F, we clap, and with the words, it teaches them about the eighth notes. So it's like, this note's magical, don't you see? It lives in a space, the first of 4. Its name is F, and here's the golden key. It opens up a secret door. And it's cute because all the kids are like, what do you mean? A key and a door? And they get all excited about the words and they forget that they're actually singing really good rhythm.
Parallel motion.
Okay, so right away, well, not right away, because you can see this is kind of a little bit later in the book, I want them to really get used to playing the hands together. And you can see that they're both playing the same notes at the same time. And I want them to first play the right hand, and then they first play the left hand. Now, again, something that surprises me, Andy, I don't know about you, but do you know that there's a lot of songs that I just assume everybody knows? And even the parents who are in their 30s now, right? They don't know stuff like Simple Gifts. Some songs are just lost, and I think it's important to bring those back. Do you know what I mean? So every little example is based on something that people from our generation would absolutely know. So this particular traditional song is built on Simple Gifts. So first we'll do the right hand, and we'll have them do the lyrics, which is not the original lyrics. They're all completely changed by me. Hands move together, they glide smooth and shine bright in the same direction, both left and right. And then I get them to do it in the left hand, and then we introduce this parallel motion with these nice words that kind of enforce what we're doing.
As I'm paging through Sarah's 212-page book, that's so rich with many things that are going to help kids, I landed on this one and I thought, this is the one we need to share. So music is a world we create with our hands and our hearts. And Sarah was basically dancing in her seat, so excited to include this one. So it's the one we're going to end with. But your journey at exploring and discovering Sarah's book doesn't have to end here. So check the link if you want to check out more, learn more about the book on Amazon. So thank you, Sarah, for being with us today. And you can look forward to seeing Sarah in a few more videos. We're going to explore a little bit more, going down this road of teaching kids how to play music and be successful at it. So thank you, Sarah, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much, Andy. Bye, everyone.